Yeah.
He gonna have to learn. Even when you're hurt, you're gonna have to control your eating because when people say when guys get hurt,
It's like me. It's like me and Shaq had a baby.
when they come.
All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. Checking in with my buddy here, Commissioner Dynamo, that is. And looks like Zion Williamson doing Zion Williamson things. Breaking news from Shams is the Pelican star Zion Williamson suffered a hamstring strain and is out indefinitely. He's going to be reevaluated in the coming weeks. So he's at least going to miss multiple weeks. And we know what it's like with Zion. I mean, I'd be willing to bet he misses half the season to an entire season, or just come back for the playoffs or something like that. It's nothing new. And the title of Dynamo's video is Pelicans should trade Zion Williamson. Now, I've been saying this since last year, and I took a lot of heat in the comment section when I said that, where I said I would just cut my losses, trade him, and rebuild, because they actually have a decent team in New Orleans. They just need a consistent star, and since he can't be that for them, use that money in a wiser method. You know, even if you don't get like a full-blown star, get multiple role players for that money. You can get like four to five decent role players for that money. Anyways, I took a lot of heat for that. I didn't appreciate it, but I guess people just don't know when to fold him. And he's been doing this his entire career. He'll come back, he'll play awesome, and then he'll get injured. And he's got all these weight problems. So I don't understand why anybody would give him this max level money. It blows my mind. But anyways, we're going to link the original Dynamo video down below. If you guys want to check out this video without my commentary, go for it. And if you guys just want to check out Dynamo's channel, which I highly recommend, it's right there for you, okay? Dynamo, if you're watching this, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well, and hope you're feeling better as well. I heard you were a little bit sick for a while there. And yeah, let's do it, everyone.
So it would appear that my twin is not only injured, but he's out indefinitely. Mariah Mills somewhere rubbing her hands like Birdman.
You'll never be LeBron James. Good night. That man knows he's playing on a bad knee. Like literally, when we were together, his knee was messed up when we were together, when we were sleeping together. He literally couldn't do certain moves all night.
Oh,
okay.
That's a little TMI. Why is this kind of stuff being shared these days? Like, come on, man. Keep some things private. I didn't need to know that. It's funny, though.
Well, she just said right there that's months old. And her character is so unquestioned that she couldn't even be a character witness in anything. And a grain of salt with every statement she makes isn't nearly enough. We need the salt of the Atlantic. But...
Oh! What? What? How is this achieved? Is this photoshopped? Okay, I gotta move forward. Man, what? 2024 is crazy, everyone.
But
That's
too much.
I lost
10
my
miles
train.
past
Whoa.
too much. You'll never get to your destination. This is monstrous.
That's
you look
dangerous.
Like you sat on a wasp's nest.
It's swollen.
What was I talking about?
I don't know. What is this video about? Like, I don't even know anymore. What are we talking about here? But
Oh, if there's even the slightest iota of a shard of truth in anything she said about Zion, and you're under a minute's restriction during coitus, and certain positions remain locked on the coitus skill tree, it might be time for the Pelicans to trade Zion.
yeah,
I'm probably being too mean here, but it's because I remember when I last talked about this man, I was glowing with positivity about him. I was saying he's eating his way to the playoffs.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
yep.
But then I forgot the play-in exists in a vacuum. It's its own pocket universe. Being in the play-in isn't the playoffs. So he's still yet to make the playoffs.
I think he's eating his way to a Chinese league. I'm curious because it's another season now. Are people still hating when it's the annual Zion script? Okay, minute description, blah blah blah. No, everyone is woken up now. Man, when I did this last year, dude, the amount of grief I got in the comments shocked me. I don't know how people didn't see what was right in front of us. But nope, everyone is on your side on this one as far as time to trade them. All right. Good morning, everyone. Glad everybody caught up.
Brandon Ingram and the rest of the team, so many other players on the team have been in said playoffs.
Yeah.
And the team as a whole has always been missing Zion when they need him most. And why is that? We all remember why. At least if you've been subbed to this channel for over a year, you remember why. I was quite beside myself with this man over a year ago. He was on my list of top 5 most disliked players in the league. He was on my list. And it wasn't because of his off-the-court frivolities. It was because he had a weight clause in his contract, which is still wild. It's mind-bogglingly insane to me.
Yeah, him and Ben Simmons are on similar playing fields with me. Obviously, Ben is a notch above, but Zion, dude, I just don't respect what he's done at all. You know, he wants his food, and I get it, dude. I love food too, but like, you can't do both. You got to pick one or the other. Maybe just play a couple of solid years in the NBA, go out there, ball out, see if you can win a championship or something like that, and then retire because you're filthy rich and eat all you want, dude. But don't do both. Not at the same time.
Put it down on that diet I was on at one point. Yeah. If it tastes good, spit it out.
Yeah, it tastes good, spit it out.
He's already had surgeries on his legs. Now he's got a broken foot.
Yeah.
He's going to have to learn, even when you're hurt, you're going to have to control your eating. Because when people say, when guys get hurt,
it's like me and Shaq had a baby.
when they come back, you're trying to get in shape.
Right.
And if you're putting all that stress on your knees and your feet, you're just going to keep getting hurt. Somebody's got to be a grown person down in that relationship and says, yo, man, you got to get in shape.
So we've got to...
Yeah, you got to think at that weight when he's got an extra like 60, 70 pounds than he should have on his body. Not only is it terrible on your knees to get up, because, you know, he jumps high. He does some crazy dunking and some crazy moves. But you got to think about the landing. Every time he lands, that's why his feet are just getting smashed and his knees are getting smashed. He can't jump that high, land that hard with an extra 50 or 60 pounds. No, he's going to get injured every time.
Slew of unfortunate injuries due to your inability to stay in shape. And we also have Zion's inefficiencies or lack of off-ball play when he's on the court. A lot of the times when I see Zion out there, he's doing ISO with him at the top of the key. And when he can't get to the basket, he kicks it out. That's kind of standard. Other players do that. Giannis does that. But the difference here is the willingness to be off-ball. Giannis can affect the game positively. He can give you solid contributions without the ball being in his hand. Zion fades into the background, or his presence is minuscule. Whenever I'm watching him play and he doesn't have the ball in his hand, he doesn't give you much of anything. And he himself has said numerous times he needs to be better in these aspects. He needs to improve. He needs this and that. But after a certain amount of years go by, along with the injuries, along with the lack of availability, inability to keep yourself in proper weight, and these same issues that you've had when you first stepped foot into the league are still here, I'm going to question your commitment. I don't know if this is where you really want to be, but I've said in the past, and numerous other people have said in the past, he really wanted to be in New York. But now looking back on it, I don't know if being in New York would have made things that much better for him. I think he would have been a little bit better. I think his star power and everything would have been heavily cemented, you play in a big market like New York. But bad habits Zion kept with him from high school to college wouldn't have been ironed out any more than they have been on the Pelicans.
No, tell you the truth, Dynamo, I don't think he actually loves basketball at all. It's all the lifestyle, the money, the fame, the women, all that. That's what he's in it for. I think he would have been worse off in New York because the pressure is much higher and the critics are everywhere you go. You can't go out in New York if you're cheating your team. Everyone in New York will let you know everywhere you go. So he wouldn't have any fun out there. Plus, the food in New York is, in my opinion, probably the best in the United States. So he'd have every type of food he wants at 24 hours ready to be delivered to his door. It would be actually pretty funny.
Just think he would have done a little bit better job at maintaining them, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just start to question a player's heart. Sometimes you just get too much too soon, too early, and you have so much, it doesn't behoove you to try anymore or try to be obsessed. Prior to the season starting, they were saying Zion was in shape. I've seen the off-season videos. It's him and Ben Simmons. It's two different off-seasons.
It is.
Oh, is Zion going to actually be in shape this year?
Yep.
That's with him. That's every single year. And then with Ben Simmons, I have to say his name just to tell people that I don't want to say it, but every offseason, is he actually going to be good? Is he actually going to lock in? It's the same two narratives.
It is. Yeah, while he lathers himself up with baby oil, so his muscles are all shiny in his workouts. Yeah. Nope. I gave up on both of these dudes years ago now, to be perfectly honest. You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And once we got to that point, I was like, nope, that's it. I know who you guys are. Forget it. And I'm the same way now with Joel Embiid. Welcome to the group, Joel. I hesitated with you, and now I 100% know what type of dude you are. You just want your accolades. You don't want to win. You don't care. And I just can't be a fan of anybody who doesn't care about the game.
Same two players. And it's a shame because look at how brilliant Zion is as a basketball player. I've seen him dominate Giannis in different games. He outright bullied Giannis on certain possessions. I've seen him bully players that have been far taller than him. He has the makings of a superstar.
For sure.
He can be an MVP caliber player.
He should be the best player in the league right now. Right now, he should be like hitting his prime. And if he actually had a love for the game and a will to succeed, I think he'd be the greatest. He's got everything you need. And the funny thing is like he's got it just naturally. He's so gifted. And that's why it disappoints me so much. And Ben Simmons, too. He's a naturally gifted basketball player, but he doesn't give a damn. If he actually tried and worked on his jumper and worked on his free throws, well, he'd be a complete basketball player, and he'd be amongst the greatest in the league at this current day. But I get so frustrated with these dudes because they have all the natural gifts.
But as of late, he's just, I gotta get him off my screen. But as of late, he's just been stagnant. In the past few games, he's shooting about 45% when a majority of his shots are only feet away from the basket. He's unable to convert those at the same clip that he was doing even his rookie year. His point totals, his high as a career, I think he had was about 27 points average per game, which also ironically happened to be the year he played the most games in 61. But he had
22 rookie season, 27. So his second season was his peak, by far his peak. Okay.
Hasn't hit that high since, and he's basically somewhat regressed a bit on the worst end anyway, and at best he's just somewhat plateaued. The 2020-21 season is the true Zion, or the closest to the true Zion we've ever seen showcased. There are so many players and coaches that would kill for a player to average 22 points per game. But this is Big Z we're talking about here. If you've seen this movie, hats off to you. You're cultured. For him, those numbers don't measure up to what he's capable of. It's like Kanye releasing Vultures. Not Vultures 2.
What? All right.
You gotta be sitting on the toilet to listen to that garbage. So many rappers would kill and be proud of to make a Vultures, but for Kanye we're talking about here, you say you're not. That's not good enough. It's selfish to expect greatness out of somebody 24/7. That's just not feasible. But if something's lacking, I think it's fair to criticize. And this injury, I believe, is just further proof in a long-standing narrative of Zion being unable to keep himself healthy and keep himself locked in. He's listed currently at 284 pounds. Mind you, LeBron is listed at 250 and being 2 to 3 inches taller than Zion. That's not good. No. I believe for a while, and I'm sure.
And to be fair, LeBron is like a thick dude. So, what's going on with Zion? It's different. Because LeBron's not fat. He's just like super thick and balcoed up.
Pelicans fans have that they were always just one piece away.
Civilization 7? Dude. I love games like this. You ever played StarCraft? StarCraft 2? Anything like that? Old school Warcraft? I've never played Civ. I played some Age of Empires, and I think it's pretty similar.
From being that team that you got to be afraid of them, and they could very well make it deep into the playoffs. But that one piece has been Zion. They've had everything. I think as a team, they've been solidly built. I think they're right.
I'm sorry, dude. Dude, I can't listen to you right now. When I'm more into this right now. My first Civ game was Civ 6, but I've been about nation simulators. That's awesome. History and empire building. Nice. I like any kind of game that has to do with city building, town building. It doesn't matter what kind of era it's based on, so I'd probably enjoy this. All right, I'm going to try to listen to your words now.
Ran very well, but your star player is just never there. Brandon Ingram has issues that he's in and out, but he's improved his game, and you've seen him make an effort to become a better player, more skillful player. You've got others who've made that effort, but Zion is just yet to do so. And I remember the amount of hype that was surrounding him. It was hype like nobody's seen since LeBron, they said. Now, when Wembanyama got drafted, they said he's the most hyped prospect since LeBron, as if Zion never existed, because the hype is just gone. People kind of stopped caring. They've been waiting for Zion to be the Zion that was talked about and foretold of in prophecies. But those hopes and dreams have fallen on deaf ears.
Yeah, I remember for a time period there, everyone was saying, okay, time for LeBron to move on. We have Ben Simmons. We don't mention that anymore, do we? Yeah, so same thing with Zion, man.
I can't hear tank anymore in regards to Zion. He's a World War I tank at best. But he can grow a beard. I sure as hell can't. Mine is a patchwork of inadequacy. So tell me what you think about this story below. Do you think I was wrong on anything I've said? Do you think there's still hope for Zion?
Nope.
Comment below, let me know. Like and subscribe if you are new. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
Yeah, good video. No, I don't disagree with anything. The only thing is I'm just wondering why it took everybody so long to get to this conclusion. That's the only thing I'm wondering. But as far as where you're at now, 100%. The guy has showed us who he is multiple times now, and he's gotten multiple chances, and he's been rewarded with a lot of money, even though he has shown us who he is. So, you know, Pelicans, you did what you did, man, and now you got to lay in your bed. I would have traded him. I just would have traded him. I would have traded him last year. The second he was in shape and actually playing good, I would have traded him for the highest value you possibly could, because they're living a nightmare out there. You can't rely on him ever. And when your main guy, in any job, any workplace, when your main guy you can't rely on, you don't know when he's going to show up to work. And, you know, if you can actually even incorporate him in part of your vision, what's the point? Why are you paying that high dollar for it anymore? The high dollar was supposed to be for reliability, accountability, but Zion's a whole different thing. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to get out of here with that one. As always, I highly suggest you check out Dynamo and his channel. I love his channel, and it seems like the majority of you do here as well in this community. And please leave this video a like if you haven't done it yet, unless you hated it, to give it a big old fat downvote, and I will see that. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. I will see you later, everybody, and peace out for now.